Those who follow the cryptocurrency market know that what's not missing these days are digital currency options to invest. After all, since the creation of the first in October 2008, the number of new digital assets in circulation has continued to increase. To get an idea, if we consider projects that were discontinued in the past, it is estimated that about 16,000 crypto assets were created between 2014 and 2021, according to CoinGecko data. Today, the data aggregator CoinMarketCap, one of the largest references in industry data, adds up to more than 10,000 cryptocurrencies listed. However, with new projects emerging at an ever-increasing speed, the number of malicious people behind some of them also tends to increase. This is the case, for example, of the so-called financial pyramids, which are fraudulent schemes with promises of high profits in a short period of time in exchange for false investments in cryptocurrencies, and that consequently can lead to huge property losses. There are also those assets that come up as a kind of a joke, such as meme-based cryptocurrencies, that end up taking a large proportion in the market, when in fact they serve no solution to real-world problems and therefore pose a risk primarily to new investors. In this scenario, knowing how to distinguish good projects from those who are just jokes or financial blows well camouflaged is extremely important. But after all, what do you need to take into account when evaluating a cryptocurrency? I'm Gabriel, and that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. The first step before investing in any crypto active is to seek to understand the purpose and objective that sustains a given project through its fundamentals. Cryptocurrencies are much more than just trading currencies. They have several goals making use of blockchain technology. Evaluating whether or not this goal makes sense is the initial step when choosing one. In practice, this means that the investor needs to know the background, the history, characteristics, and purposes of that project before even choosing to put in their money. As an example, we can make a brief comparison between the Nuls cryptocurrency, which has one of the most amazing technologies on the market, in which I speak a lot here on the channel, and Dogecoin, which went viral last year after being quoted by Elon Musk on Twitter. While Nuls was presented to society through a well-structured article where its creators explained in detail the objectives of the project, the reason why it was created, what's the goal, and the functionality of the ecosystem, the Dogecoin was launched only as a kind of a joke or a meme, and yet, according to its own creator, Billy Marcus, with no goal or purpose behind it. Marcus made a post on the Dogecoin community on Reddit that stated, "As you may have heard, it was indeed created for sillies, after Jackson Palmer made a flippant tweet about it, that idea being the next big thing, and I threw it together, without any expectation or plan. It took about 3 hours to make, with the bulk of that time making alterations to the client to make the text comic sense, and some custom graphics and wording for different pieces of the UI. However, despite a ton of debauchery made by the creator himself in the community, yet there were many lay people uninformed who unfortunately ended up falling into the euphoria of the market, causing them great financial losses." The second point, in addition to understanding the objectives and fundamentals of a project, is the need to know or at least have a notion of who the developers are. Try to understand who's the team behind the project. Evaluate its history and credibility. It's a fundamental step through the process of crypto active analysis. In addition, it is also worth looking closely at the level of community engagement, whether the project is active on social media, making frequent posts, whether there is interaction between its members, conferences, and so on. All this can serve as a thermometer and help you get an idea about the current conditions and future projections of the cryptocurrency in question. Looking as an example at the Nuls community, we can see that there is a great movement and very frequent activity on social networks, with several posts about products, services, partnerships, integrations, and even kind of a meeting between community members called Crypto Corner. This meeting, held every Monday, addresses various issues related to the ecosystem, where members can ask questions, offer opinions, suggestions, and better integrate the project, in addition to having a greater approximation with the team, ensuring more transparency. Although this is not the determining factor when choosing, community engagement is very important and cannot be ignored. As previously said, cryptocurrencies are much more than digital currencies. A good cryptocurrency, beyond all these points mentioned before, needs to offer a cutting-edge technological solution that is capable of solving real-world problems, and at the same time promote the adoption of cryptocurrencies, facilitating their use. However, what we see most today is a true mass of copy-paste of the Ethereum network. These projects, instead of innovating and creating their own technology that actually can solve current problems, end up copying projects that already exist and carry with them old problems, such as scalability and performance problems. Nuls, for example, was responsible for pioneering the concept of microservices linked to a multi-language modular structure. With this, the costs of time and money are drastically reduced, allowing less experienced developers to develop their own dApps, business systems, and even the creation of new cryptocurrencies from their technology. Therefore, the more important the functions and technology of the currency, the more people will use it, and the greater the potential for long-term gains. After analyzing the objectives, fundamentals, developers, community, in addition to the technology employed, finally, the time has come to evaluate the price and market value of the crypto active. Generally, cryptocurrencies with high market values are those that have more money invested, consequently, are more well-known than others. However, in terms of appreciation, usually they're the ones that give less financial return. This happens because as they already have a very high market value, it would be necessary to double this value for the price to follow the same trend, which in practice is much more difficult to occur. For example, it's much easier for a currency that costs 50 cents with a low capitalization to reach $1 than the one that costs $1,000 with a huge market capitalization to double its price to $2,000. I'm not saying that's impossible, but it will require a lot of demand from people and a lot of financial resources for that to happen. On the other hand, cryptocurrencies with low price and market value are much more likely to have a price escalation and a much faster appreciation than others. Furthermore, all cryptocurrencies that are large today have been small in the past, with low capitalization and a riser price. But here's a safeguard. When choosing these currencies, keep in mind that they are much more volatile in relation to the price due to their low capitalization, so always seek to buy them far away from their historical top and always look closely at their graphics. Another parameter that I think it's important to analyze is the total supply and quantity of coins in circulation. Scarce currencies that have a limited supply usually tend to reach the highest prices, unlike those that have a very large supply with billions of units and many currencies in circulation, as is the case of these currencies: ADA, XRP, Doge, Shiba, and many more. That basically is the law of supply and demand. The more units of something you have on the market, the more that item becomes cheap. Therefore, preferably that cryptocurrency that has the best technology, the best foundation, the smallest quantity, the lowest price. Nuls, for example, due to its unique technologies and very solid fundamentals, in my point of view, is the crypto that has the best growth potential in the long run. Because in addition to meeting all the requirements that were mentioned here, its price is still in the initial phase of discovery, and should have a great appreciation as the market becomes more mature, replacing those projects that are meme-based, that serve no purpose with serious projects that facilitate the adoption of cryptocurrencies and solve problems of the world. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for your time, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, share, and comment down below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel and activate the notifications so you'll be warned about the next uploads. See you on the next one.